Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what time it is? It's finals time, my dudes. I have been waiting the whole split to do that. My name is Nelson AC Silva for those of you who just joined us. And to my right or my left, depending on your perspective, you're probably to my left, is Max Formal Von Neumann. And we're here to bring you all the action in and out of the Rocket League pitch in the grand final best of 7 between Los Hombres de PACO and Vodafone Giants. Formal, how are you doing?
I am incredibly curious to see how this grand final is going to go down. Before I was excited, and you know what? In a sense, I am, because I think we are about to see a real treat. I think we are going to see the Giants playing at a level we have not yet seen against an opponent that may or may not be ready for them. Look, Los Hombres de Pacos, they did a great job making it here, but that interview and that losers final has me very concerned, and we could be seeing, a very, very different and a very, very, I suppose, exhibition reel almost of a grand final right now.
Oh no, absolutely. And it's always a scary prospect when the coach himself isn't confident about the upcoming match. So, that was my cat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That had to happen. I apologize for that. All right. Well, I hope you like my cat. But yeah, it's always concerning when the coach himself isn't confident about the upcoming match. So hopefully the players themselves are a little bit more confident than the coach. You have to be realistic about some things, and I feel like the coach might have been a little bit too much of a downy. But I somehow still trust Los Hombres de Paco to bring up their A game. You said it yourself. Against Supermo, they weren't playing their A game because they knew it was an easy match. Against EC4, it didn't feel like it was their A game.
Yeah, it definitely was a downer mentality that he had right there. And I'm worried for them because also, like, when you were watching how they were playing, there was double commits left, right, and center, a couple triple commits on kickoffs. Kier Monster had that one ball where he just had to stay still and he was unable to do it, and it went past him and into the goal. It was things like that that really made me question where Los Hombres de Paco were at, especially after games 1 and 2. They looked so good. Now,
I'm just gonna cut you off there and say that game number 1 didn't look that good at all. Game number 2 is solid, absolutely true. Game 1,
okay, the final minute of game number 1 into
there
game
it
2
is.
looked
There
good.
it is. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, but no, that's a very good point, actually. You do tend to forget sometimes that the first 4 minutes of that game was not a clean Los Hombres de Paco. So over the course of 4 games, they've played, maybe 6 minutes out of 20 that looked solid. And that has me very concerned because against the Giants, you need to play every minute at your absolute best.
And for the next at least 20 minutes, you're going to have a best of 7 series that Los Hombres de Paco need to be on their A game. And if they manage to cut this off in just 20 minutes, they need to go through another 20 because they need to win 2 best of 7s. Here's the head-to-head stats. Vodafone Giants went undefeated on the regular split with 21 points, while Los Hombres de Paco sit at 15 points. 72 goals from the blue team with 68 from Los Hombres de Paco. But the shots on goal are completely in favor of PACO, but this just means that Vodafone Giants are that much accurate.
Yeah, and it's not just that. Again, the Giants, I've said this pretty much every time they've come up. One of their strengths had always kind of been that counterattack and how quickly they strike on those opportunities. And again, it is that accuracy. You never really saw a long offensive play from the Giants because they will break your defense that quickly. They never have to go long. Also, the other thing to note, obviously, is again the assists. These teams are very equal, but something that came up in that winners final yesterday, specifically against Los Hombres de Paco, we did get to see a bit more of those extended offensive plays from the Giants. And guess what? They can rotate with the best of them and then some. So I don't know. There isn't really a part of this Giants game and team that I feel is going to be weak against Los Hombres de Paco. It's really much more can Los Hombres rise up to that Giants level. Taking a look at our 2 key players in this one, Zamue and Demensa. Zamue has been a mechanical monster at times, but he's been that team player at times, something that Demensa maybe has not as been.
No, but we've seen the Mensa outshine the competition when the occasion requires it. We saw last series, if it wasn't for the Mensa, I feel like that series would have been would have gone the other way around in favor of EC4 because the Mensa was clutch in several occasions, not only on the defense, but especially in the offense at the multiple touches, the solo plays, the Mensa was for the team. And I think that was crucial for Los Hombres de PACO. And considering that the Mensa, well, this is going to be the game that he has to step up. If he does manage to step up against Vodafone Giants, it has to be here, and it is going to be great if he does so.
I would be absolutely phenomenal if they are able to. I mean, this would be the upset of the tournament for the tournament if Los Hombres de Paco can get it done. No, Nachito, it is a blow. We saw the effect already. Will they be able to recover? Now, I had been watching a little bit of one Stake stream, actually, in preparation for this match. He was playing duos. He wasn't playing trips. He climbed himself to ranked number 11 in his EU server in duos, like overall, the 11th best at it. That is what Los Hombres de Paco are. Yeah, that's what Los Hombres de Paco are now up against right now. He might have even gone a little bit higher because I had to, start focusing on the game instead of his stream, but it may have climbed that little bit more.
It may, but let's see exactly how much he climbed. The players are ready. The finals are ready to kick off, ladies and gentlemen. Pros is ad coming up, and we're straight heading into the pitch. So we'll be right back. And ladies and gentlemen, the grand finals are live. Reminder, this is best of 7. And if Los Hombres de Paco want a shot at that title, they need to win twice on that best of 7. The players are finally ready. Vodafone Giants are going to be in the blue with Los Hombres de Paco on the orange.
Yeah, as we are still waiting, I think there was a little bit of a mix-up, so hopefully we don't get a premature start in this one. We could be cutting at any moment, as the famous dance of logging in and out until
happens to me every time, man.
It is, but guess what? Everyone was able to pull it off. They did it.
They did it, and we're ready to go. Zamue with the Batmobile. The first time we're seeing an actual Batmobile here for the grand finals. Vodafone Giants pulling up all the stuff to get the best of their performance. Now, balls in favor of Los Hombres de Paco. We already have a demo on by Mateo scrambling up the defense of Vodafone Giants. With the ball, center field, triple commit coming in from Los Hombres de Paco.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Batmobile really since like season 8 and season 9, back when it was a bit more meta. Everyone's kind of abandoned it back for the Dominus if going for that hitbox. Now, at the moment, though, we do see a bit of a slower setup right now. The ball just being held right in that box of Los Hombres de Paco, and again a double commit here. Monster fortunately able to recover, and it actually gets Zamue a bit off target. However, Stake able to go for that read. Now it's going to push forward himself, look for the pass to Zamue. That's going to connect, and that goal is barely saved by Demensa.
And Demensa, we talked about how great of a player he was. It seems that he's stepping up to the occasion on the defense. Let's see if he can also pull it off on the offense. Yeah, By Mateo's looking at the screen now. Cure Monster trying to dribble the ball, but Tox immediately cuts him off, sets up the ball in the corner, goes to the center, but doesn't quite get to the height of Stake.
Yeah, no, isn't able to pull it off right there. So now Demensa, with some space to work with, has to try and beat out Tox. He tries to drop it into a pass, but Stake making the read, going to go to the distance. What a read from Tox. That's going to open the door for the goal. 1-0 for the Giants.
Absolutely. That was actually a great rebound shot. Tox tries to go for the double touch. Doesn't quite get the spike. Stake is perfectly positioned in the position that we always talked about where Vodafone Giants thrive. Center field. Right down the middle.
Absolutely. It's where the Giants want to attack you from. And you have to remember, yesterday when Los Hombres had success, it was when they shut that middle of the pitch down. But Nachito was so critical in doing that, and now he is not here. So someone else is going to have to step up. By Mateos, he stepped up a fair few times yesterday as well, but it still feels like he's, scrapping that rust off of the tires at this stage. That pass would be good had there been someone to catch it. Instead, it was only blue cars in that instance. Set up right now again, coming from Los Hombres de Paco, but it's a little bit too slow. And Zamue, a nice little solo play is going to push it right back in favor of the Giants.
Actually, Tox now setting up the ball, center field. Once again, it doesn't even need an assist. Tox plays all by himself. And Los Hombres de Paco feeling a little bit lost. The Mensa flies a little bit too high. Tox just has to punch it in. Cure Monster not in the right place.
I said this was going to be a bit of a highlight reel, and you see it right there. Tox, that angle was absolutely disgusting, and yet he punches it in with the confidence at over 100 kilometers per hour. there's a reason why I kind of feel like Talks throughout the playoffs has kind of almost been that MVP of the Giants
Wow.
thus far. He's been an absolute playmaker, and we see it time and time again with shots like that. More offensive pressure right now coming from the Giants. They're just giving so little breathing room right now over to Los Hombres de PACO. Finally, it takes 2 cars in order to break it. The third man has to connect. By Mateos does put a good touch on it, but now here could potentially come a fast counter attack, or maybe a sustained attack as Demensa keeps some pressure on. Cars awkwardly in the box right now. Talks trying to recover. He doesn't get the touch, but Zamue does.
Zamue does, but Mateo's not done yet. Sets it up for Demensa. Gets challenged by Tox. Amazing challenges from Vodafone Giants and the setup by Cure Monster. No boost means no more play to go for. By Mateos now on the defense alongside Demensa. Trying to set it up off the corner. Once again, Tox on the challenge. Sets it up for By Mateos, who goes under the ball. Doesn't quite get it. Demensa does get the challenge. Gets the demo. Huge defense from Cure Monster as well. Crossbar as well. Zamue, unlucky shot. Vodafone Giants still in the lead, but the Angels are shining upon Los Hombres de PACO right now, unless Tox breaks it apart and gets another goal in.
Yeah, watching this again right here. Too many cars from the orange side of the pitch pushing down the field when they did not have control of the ball. I think they expected that to go over the top of Zamue, but he was able to recover it, drop it perfectly to Tox, and we have a 3-0 game. Los Hombres de PACO, I feel like they're desperate to get anything going for them, that the moment things seem to be going their way, they're going to commit and they're going to attack. But the thing that the Giants are so good at is disguising the situation that the game is at the moment, and they force an overcommit and they turn it into a goal.
And it's been Tox, the main promoter of these plays, the main promoter of these goals. You see the setup happening from Zamue. You see the setup happening from Stake. Finally, Los Hombres de PACO managed to open up their own scoreboard after what seemed like a misplay from Vodafone Giants. Tox, the one ball he didn't challenge was the one ball that went in.
Yeah, and that technically is an own goal, although I don't think it's a deserved one right there, as the ball bounces right off of the hood of the car of Stake in that instant. A little bit awkward, but hey, you could say, technically Los Hombres de PACO, they haven't scored a goal yet in this grand final. It's all come from blue cars, although Demensa tries to chase that around. I do not know how Tox gets behind that shot.
How did he won the 50-50 against the sidebar? That was actually pretty impressive. The ball bounced around like three times between him and between his car and the sidebar. Now, by Mateos tries to get the ball center field. Tox is the one to clear it off, and it's in.
Okay. So again, similar situation to the last goal scored by the Giants. And this one, too many orange cards pushing down the pitch, thinking goal on the mind. Demensa thought he had enough time to get that side boost, but Tox puts too much power on that shot straight down the middle. Once again, the Giants find a goal.
I mean, it feels like this first game is iced, and this is a best of 7.
Yeah.
Well, Hombres de PACO, they're attempting the plays, and they're getting the demos, the clears. It's just, it doesn't feel like they're doing enough on the defensive positions. That's all I'm feeling.
There's a few things that I feel are going on. Again, like, their defense is actually holding on, but they think they have defensive sort of exchanges won when they really haven't yet. And they're starting to get too aggressive at the inopportune moments. And then every single time when they think they're going to turn something into an advantageous play, they are shut down. Watch Demensa right now. If he doesn't get a touch on the ball, that entire push is worthless. And all of a sudden, you just have By Mateos on his own with usually 3 Giants coming at him. Fortunately, in this instance, By Mateos was able to get a touch to let the defense sort of rotate back. But it's been situations like that have been hurting this orange side thus far.
Absolutely. Let's see if they can actually step on those problems and try to balance them out in the upcoming games, because game number 1, 4-1 to Vodafone Giants, promising start to the winner bracket champion.
Yeah, promising start to the tournament favorites as well. It's safe to say they absolutely dominated that game. Again, 10 shots to 5, so double the amount of shots. Kind of similar to what Los Hombres de PACO actually did to EC4 in that semifinal previously. And yeah, this team is feeling it. Tox in particular is looking like an absolute monster today, just picking exactly right where he left off yesterday. He's going for these tight challenges on the orange side of the pitch. He's banging in the shots the second those openings are there. And really, like Stake and Zamue, they just are there to sort of support Tox right now, as he is a one-man army just decimating Los Hombres de PACO.
Exactly. I mean, if you look at the scoreline, you saw Tox got a hat trick. He had 5 shots, 1 assist, 1 save, and he also had more points than both of his teammates combined.
Yeah.
So in this first, I don't know if this is going to be something that we're going to see coming moving forward in this best of 7 series. But if Tux keeps up this performance, he's going to be a very big player to watch. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, he will be nigh unstoppable, I feel like, if he continues this performance. Like, this is absolutely amazing individual showcase from Tox right
Mhm.
now. Like, this has been outstanding, and so much pressure right now is on Los Hombres de Paco to try and shut this down sooner than later, because if he puts out even just one more performance like that, all of a sudden you're down 2-4 in a series that is a best of 7. That is a tough hill to climb. Let's see what Los Hombres de Paco can do. This is a good start from Demensa if he can recover it in time, but Stake just that little bit faster will buy time for the Giants defense to recover.
The thing is, it feels like the Los Hombres de Paco's plays are very, very telegraphed. They just cross the ball from the corner into the center at a low medium height, and they just try to play from it. Yes, you can say the same about Vodafone Giants in the sense that they just try to get the ball center field and at mid height and get a shot from there. But they're very, very dynamic in how they achieve that kind of play.
But the thing is, they also disguise it, I feel, a lot better than Los Hombres de Paco. I was watching off their kickoff in particular, and they were set up in a way where there were actual options that they could go for. They had 2 people pushing forward. They got both of those side boosts almost synchronicity with each other, so they could have gone left or right. Tox, that ground control was amazing. Mateos just able to make the save. But yeah, we are seeing Giants play at another level right now, and if they can keep this up, I do not see where the openings are going to be for Los Hombres de Paco.
No, you also won a pinch on a challenge with his teammate, and I think it was by Mateos at that point. So that was very impressive. They managed to maintain dribble control over that ball mid-air. All right, by Mateos now has control of the ball. Let's see if he can actually materialize it into a goal. 3 members from Los Hombres de Paco. By Mateos bouncing up, but Tox is there to clear it once again for Vodafone Giants.
When one defender is beating a 3-pronged attack coming from the opposite side, what more can you really ask for, and what more can you really do? I suppose you got to try and bait out that last man and try to force some, empty net situations, but I don't know if the Giants are going to be willing to give those up. That said, this has been the longest period of time, it feels like, since the Giants has scored. So credit where credit is due to the Los Hombres defense. They are holding on right now. Tox actually misses that ball, but Stake is already there to follow through. Tox, more than enough time. He would be recovered at this stage. So anyway, though, will put on the shot himself. Here comes
Center
Tox,
field.
and that's going to be a 1-0 goal.
Once again, center field. The setup was there. You can't even call it a setup. It was just an attempt at a punch into the goal. Zamue crossbars it. But Tox is already ready. Where? Center field. Exactly where Vodafone Giants shine. Always through center field. Tox was already there. Nobody from the side of Los Hombres de Paco was ready to receive that ball because they were just ready to clear out the ball that hit the crossbar.
And it's even things like this. Off at the kickoff, Tox actually going for a mid-pitch bump just to make sure that the ball gets secured on that orange side. Stake going for that solo shot right there. Zamue actually a little bit of an unfortunate miss. Is going to buy as much time as possible. Does get enough for Tox to make the recovery. What a beautiful touch off the backboard right there. The defense is left reeling for Los Hombres de Paco as, again, they kind of overcommitted on that offensive attack. These touches coming from this Giants side, and maybe I'm focusing a bit too much on Tox right now, but I have yet to see him make a bad touch in this game. Okay, well, there was one.
I mean, you could argue it is a goal.
All right.
It is Mike Mateos who's actually going to make sure that it goes right. You can't even say that it was really a bad touch from Tox. It was just a good challenge from Los Hombres de Paco that managed to materialize it into a tie against Vodafone Giants.
Look, if you throw down a pass and it's intercepted, you don't go, oh, but it had a nice spiral. No, that was a bad touch. I'm going to call that one out from Tox the minute I say he can do no wrong.
Go on, keep on Casper cursing it. Go on. Keep on Casper cursing it. That's fine. You do it. You got it. I'm gonna refrain from commenting on it just to avoid Casper cursing it a little bit more. Zamue, or actually it was Stake, goes in for the shot, gets the damn one by Mateos, goes for the defensive pass. Nice touch from Demensa.
Okay.
Great pass from Cure Monster.
And here comes Los Hombres de Paco. They get their first lead of the series here in game number 2. It is a missile of a pass and catch, one that I don't think the Giants were ready for. And just like that, momentum shifting right back over to this orange side of the pitch.
That was an incredible touch as well. I mean, you saw Stake was in the right position. He was ready to defend it. He was ready to grab that ball. But that little small touch from Demensa was all that it took to drive that ball into the goal. 2-1. Los Hombres de Paco were leading second game.
Oh, this could be another opening for Mateos. He's going to try and slow play it, but I don't know. Usually when you're playing a game of chicken, you eventually have to commit for the ball right there, and that could open the floodgate. Stake trying to wave dash, trying to get that speed. Doesn't quite get what he wanted. Talks now. It's going to throw it back to Zamue. Touch off that backboard. Good read by Kier. Monster goes for a pinch, but Dementia winds up stealing the ball. Stake can intercept it quite easily. By Mateos right now. Out of the corner, Talks waiting, willing, but the ball still kind of gets over him. He's going to have to pass it back to Zamue, who will look to throw it back to the middle of the pitch, but again, the defense has recovered. They've adapted. I'm now seeing two members at any given moment on this Los Hombres de PACO side in the middle of the with 3-1.
My goodness, Dementa is a monster. We talked about how he needs to step up this game. He actually is stepping up this game. I mean, the defense was there, but he couldn't find enough height. All he did was bump Dementa off, but the ball kept going in the momentum that it was heading towards.
That was a beautiful goal right there, and the Giants in an unusual position, down 3-1. It's been the individual plays coming from Los Hombres de PACO really that are bringing them back into it. Yes, okay, one of them was a pretty missile of a pass play, but Stake with some individual plays of his own eventually has the ball taken off of him. Giants still reeling on defense. They're running out of time, and that goal may have just iced game number 2.
40 seconds left, 43 seconds left. A bit of a sluggish defense coming in. By Mateos touches it up, and Cure Monster from the corner just bounces it in. What a perfect positioning from Los Hombres de PACO. They are on fire and they're riding this momentum. Vodafone Giants, they let loose a little bit and they're being severely punished by it. This is Los Hombres de PACO that we were expecting to see.
Yeah, this is the one we were expecting to see, I feel, in the semifinal. Not necessarily the final right now, but a couple fantastic goals right there. And again, they're not letting up. Deer Monster, again, going to try to play it off the backboard, but it gets pinched all the way back to the other side. Talks won't have that pass as it's intercepted from him. Mateos throwing it back to the blue side of the pitch. And with 18 seconds remaining, a 3-goal differential, Los Hombres de PACO, they're here to play in this grand final. We're going to have a tied series.
10 seconds left on the clock. Still Vodafone Giants want to prove that they're not sleeping. They know what they're doing. And Sox just muscles his way into the goal. He throws in the ball. He throws in another member of Los Hombres de PACO. He doesn't care. He just wants that ball in.
Yeah, he hit Dementia. I mean, he had the touch on it, but did not have the power behind it. Not much Dementia could do in that situation. And 6 seconds remaining. I kind of feel like this one is over, but you never know. Okay, Mateos did push it to the blue side, so that will do it for this game. Ball touches the ground. Los Hombres de PACO, we give ourselves a proper grand final series number 1. Remember, we could have 2 of these if Los Hombres de PACO do take it. And yeah, this has gotten very interesting very quickly.
Yes, it did. I mean, we saw Los Hombres de PACO felt lost in the first game. Vodafone Giants, I don't know if it was because they relaxed a little bit more in the second game, but remind this is a best of 7 series that just became a best of 5. So it's tied 1-1. Los Hombres de PACO, amazing performance in this game.
Yeah, in particular by Dementia. He just was putting so many good touches on the ball. When he had to pass it, he was there to pass it. When he had to solo play it, well, he made everyone on the Giants look foolish, even stepping up to defend him. Absolutely phenomenal performance from who has been really the best player of Los Hombres de PACO. He's the one who has to step up if this team is going to win today. And step up, he did, and he did so in spades. Now, whether or not he can continue, we're about to find out. The other key thing before we kick off this game number 3, again, Los Hombres de PACO, they started shutting down the middle of the pitch again. If they can keep doing that, they're going to keep having more opportunities for themselves.
It's true, because most of Vodafone Giants' plays start off in the middle of the pitch, and if they can have access or have clear access to that middle of the field, most of their plays are going to feel sluggish. They're going to feel faltered, and that's what we're seeing right now. Another defensive positioning coming in from the Vodafone Giants. The Minson wins a 50-50, but Tox is already there to clear the ball in favor of the blue team. Center fields it once again. Cure Monster to receive it.
Yeah, let's see what Zamue can do through this corner as well. He's just muscling past so many defenders, but Dementia with a bit more power behind him. He's actually looking to go the distance right now. Does get bumped off the ball by Tox, and the follow-through is there. I believe that was Zamue. Tox now going to try and set up Zamue. Stake is the one who has to go for a 50-50, a double commit, but the double commit does pay off. Cure Monster able to push it forward. Shot attempt by Mateos. It wasn't able to connect.
Cure Monster tries to set up the ball from the ceiling. He misses it, but Mateos is there to recover it. Goes for the solo play. Stake is there to challenge. Good challenge from Vodafone Giants. But Dementia keeps the ball rolling in favor of the orange squad. Stake clears it out completely. Zamue, great touch, but Mateos is there for the save.
Yeah, very fortunate Mateos was able to make that save because Demensa swung and Demensa missed. Stake, though, what an angle coming from the corner of the pitch. He's going to make it 1-0.
1-0 in game number 3. Tox sets it up for him. Stake just bumps it in. Incredible angle, incredible shot. Vodafone Giants open up the game.
Yeah, now, I want you to watch Demensa a little bit more during this exchange. If he keeps playing the way how he has been, oh no. Okay, good. All right, good. I would have been really worried had that gone in. As it stands, yeah, keep your eyes on Demensa in this one. He has just been throwing himself at the ball regardless who or what is in his way. We kind of saw it right there as he was clearing it across the box. Naughty Demensa, but he was also just bumping his own teammates out of the way just to make sure he could hit it hard enough that it wouldn't be scored against him. He is playing with this wild, reckless abandonment that sometimes is working and sometimes is backfiring in hilarious fashion.
True, and we just saw him bump into by Mateos like several times actually off his back. He's basically playing one-man army, and it's worked in game number 2. And game number 3, I mean, he suffered that one goal. He's trying to set up the ball now. Tox is there alongside, tries to pinch it with. I mean, if we're talking about the bumps between teammates in Los Alamos de PACO, we can't ignore what just happened here between Vodafone Giants as well.
I feel like that one's actually a bit more intentional. That was Tox trying to attempt a pinch right there with his teammates, so I'm going to give that one a little bit of a pass. Let's see what they can do right now. Zamuay actually is going to try and push the ball forward himself. It's just one defender right there who happens to be by Mateos. Fake! Doesn't fake Mateos out. Good read coming from the defense.
That was actually pretty well played by Mateos. Now Zamuay tries to set it up. It's not centered just yet. So Stake tries to commit it. Bounce it off the backboard. Tox is airborne. Bounces it again. Double touch. No, it's Zamuay coming in for the fake and by Mateos again. That man is playing a bus.
Enough time for Mateos to recover after accidentally getting bumped off the play by Demensa in that one. Very fortunate he was able to get that recovery, but that was an absolute banger of a shot. Speaking of bangers, Zamuay not carrying Tox is in the way. He's going to try and muscle the ball through as well. Beautiful touch by Stake, actually. He could be able to set it back down to Zamuay. Oh, no, it was so close, but the pass was a little bit too hard, and Kier Monster is looking to punish. Tox has to throw it to the corner to slow the pace down.
See now, it's still 1-0 for Vodafone Giants, but this game is on fire. By Mateos, incredible on the defense so far. Vodafone Giants as a whole, incredible on the offense. The ball is perfect for them, though. Right in the center field, Demensa managed to clear it. Tox gets a touch off the crossbar. Demensa sets it up by Mateos to center field. He's not going to get it. Oh, what a touch from Zamuay!
By Mateos has to make contact on that ball. I know it is tough. I know like only the top percentage of Rocket League players actually get that intercept, but he was in that position to do just that, and unfortunately unable to make contact with the ball. How Zamuay was able to keep his resolve in that situation and put on an absolute missile of the shot is beyond me. A beautiful goal from the Giants to make it 2-0.
He machine gunned it in, to be honest. Now it's 2-0 by Mateos now, trying to get the ball back up for Los Alamos de PACO. Demensa running center field. He's alone. The shot is clear. Stake is there. However, he flies up, gets a save by Mateos. Gets the sidebar. Doesn't quite get the goal. Los Alamos de PACO desperate to get it.
He hit the sidebar twice.
Oh, not again.
3 times. By Mateos, it's like a magnet has been put in that sidebar right now, and unfortunately, he's just unable to beat it. Granted, Tox has an assist on that save. I digress. He is going to want all 3 of those back.
Oh, man, that has to sting. That has to put a damper in your morale, because that ball was meant to go in. The Rocket League gods didn't want it in. Zamuay, with the simplest of touches, gets the ball for the 3-0.
The Rocket League gods are jerks. I'm just gonna straight up say it. They're jerks.
I know.
Just are.
It's just
they're horrible. I mean, you know, crossbars, demos, shaking things up, 50s never going my way. It's not my lack of skill. No, it's always the Rocket League gods. That's what happened this time around. But I suppose Rocket League gods are. Oh?
It's what you get for not setting up the 3 sacrificial demos for the Rocket League gods. They're not pleased, so they're going to screw your game over, especially in the grand finals of the Iberian League. Zamuay just to get it in, center fields it, but there's the man set to cut it off. Now, on the backboard, Tox is there to clear it. By Mateos, gets a touch.
Oh, here we go. 10 seconds remaining. I think this game is over. Oh, Kier Monster breaking a Rule 1. That's a bit unfortunate.
Really? No.
Yeah, I saw it happen. It was there. It was on camera, just like this victory's on camera. Oh, not quite yet, though. Let's see if we can see some 0-second shenanigans. Oh,
Nah.
no, everyone missed horribly. All right. Giants, though, do go up 2-1, looking much more in form from what we saw in game number 1 than what we saw in game number 2 in this instance. Zamue was the one that kind of stepping up, putting together some great shots in this stake as well. Tox was around, but 11 shots from Zamue.
11 shots from Zamue. We saw what he did. He wasn't the top scorer. It was Steak, because Steak had 3 huge saves. But then again, if we're talking about saves, we cannot take away credit from Mateos. He had 4 saves, but that's just a small number compared to what he actually did to save the scoreline for Los Hombres de PACO.
No, but like here's the thing, right? I mean, Mateos was making amazing saves, but he also couldn't score a goal. I think you just put him in the general vicinity of where a goal is, and the ball just won't go in.
It's a shame, really. You had
It is.
1 back-to-back, 2 back-to-back, 3 back-to-back shots on the sidebar, 1 off the crossbar as well, without going in. And we're talking about shots that were intangible for Vodafone Giants to defend from. Like,
Yeah,
it was
they
real.
had to go.
You can't even say that they were misangled. They were just unlucky. They were literally unlucky. The
Those are
RG
shots
just
that have to go in. Like
exactly.
they just have to go in, especially against the team with the caliber of the Giants. You actually do have to drain every opportunity you get given to you. That's how come they won game number 2. That is also why they lost game number 3. Game number 4, hey, we could be seeing that back and forth showdown right now, so maybe they can bring it back. I'm frozen. But oh no, then I come back, of course.
Hello?
I digress. Oh no, am I frozen again? I don't know. It looks
No,
like
we're
I'm
fine.
frozen
Don't
a
worry
little bit.
about it. Don't worry about
Okay,
it.
I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to worry more about the Rocket League right now because I think we're getting ready for game number 4.
Game number 4, we're getting ready for it. The players are just signing in because we had a little problem with the server, as one usually does. Thanks, Psionics. But hey, we're ready. Vodafone Giants still in the blue. Los Hombres de PACO still in the orange. 2-1. Remind, this is a best of 7, so the first team to hit 4 games is the one that is going to either declare themselves the champions, if it's going to be Vodafone Giants, or have a shot at the title on another best of 7 if it's Los Hombres de PACO. The ball is kicked off.
Yep, ball is kicked off, and we are already underway into this one. And ball slowly rolling towards Tox. He'll gladly take that, throw it up for Steak, who's going to go for a double touch. It looks like dropping it down. Ooh, Mateos nearly with the own goal. A risky save attempt, but he's able to get it clearly out.
He gets it clearly out, but I feel like that was the Rocket League God's curse on Vodafone Giants to not enable them to get the RNG spike down into the goal to open up the scoreboard. Now Zamue tries to cross it off the corner. Tox is there as well to give it a little bit more bounce. Steak off the backboard, goes for the waterfall setup, but nobody's there to receive it unless Zamue. No, not again.
Oh, these crossbar, I think, is the true MVP right now. So many amazing saves. Zamue, though, gets it just over the top, and we're looking at a 1-0 Giants lead.
Well, I mean, when the ball is set up that cleanly, Tox just gives it a little bit of bounce. Zamue off the center, gets it right where he wants it.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say on that one. It was a beautiful touch from Zamue, and I feel like this is the 3rd time we've seen the Giants, get a pretty quick goal in this series. Zamue still pushing forward, even gets the bump on the Kier Monster. However, Tox not liking the look of it, did have to fall back, double commit, but it does pay off. Kier Monster doesn't have anyone in the box, and that's where the double commit does come back to bite Los Hombres de PACO.
Great rotations coming in from the Vodafone Giants, even amidst that chaos. They're actually able to re-rotate back in the defense. Great bump! Kier Monster to save it.
Oh, I don't know how Kier Monster was able to recover from that bump. He was just yeeted out of that play. Now, Mateos has a semi-open net, but Zamue from underneath is able to make that save. Steak off the wall, looking towards the goal from the backboard. Anyone there to fall through? It might be Tox. Shot not quite on target off the backboard yet again. Mateos, though, with the bump, stops the 3rd man.
That was a huge bump, actually. That could have resulted in a goal. Zamue was perfectly positioned down in the center, exactly where Vodafone Giants like to shine, to throw Zamue off the cliff there. Now, Vodafone Giants back on the offense. What a shot! The Men's is there for the save.
That pinch out of nowhere was a thing of beauty or nightmares, depending on which team you're supporting. Great save by Demensa in that instance. I don't know how he was able to make that read.
Now, Vodafone Giants, they have control of the ball yet again. Tox tries to go for the corner setup by Mateos is there to stop him. Gains control. Zamue completely flops the ball. Touch. Stake is there on the defense. He's really, really fast in the rotation. Now it's up to the Mensa to set up yet another ball. Center field. Tox is there. Great demo from Cure Monster, but it's not enough. Another one on Tox. The Mensa on fire on those back bumps. The goal was clear until Zamue came back. Looks like Los Hombres de PACO are stepping it up a notch. 5 back-to-back demo.
Yeah, I mean, the demos, but they're not really capitalizing on them. Somehow the defense is holding on in what looks to be a chaotic situation by Mateos. Maybe we'll get it through, but again, defenders are playing patient, and it's something that I'm noticing from the Giants. Unless they're 100% confident on a play, they actually err on the side of caution more often than not, and that's how come they're able to survive those sustained attacks like that. They weren't trying to push too far forward. They were doing just what they had to do to survive and waiting for the offensive rotations to eventually break down. Now they're on the attack, and Tox is going to make it look far too easy with the spike out of nowhere to make it 2-0.
Exactly. Where did that come from? That was a huge pinch from Zamue. Tox, uncontested, spikes it downwards by Mateos. Did not expect it at all.
Absolutely not. I mean, that angle was very, very evil. Even if you're in the box, you're thinking that thing's going to bounce and go high, but it somehow was able to sneak just underneath that crossbar. Well positioned by Tox and then some, and now up 2-0. Again, they are looking to get themselves on to tournament point. We're not there yet, but if they win this game, if they hold on, they will be one game away from taking the entirety of the Iberian League.
Demensa, match still the ball. The box is clear. Tox is there, however. This is so impressive from Vodafone Giants, how they're so fast on the return back from an offense.
Ooh, Zamue unable to get it.
That's
Here
it.
goes Tox.
That's it. Tox
That
from the
should
center
do it.
field. Yeah, that should ice the game there. I mean, we have 1 minute and 20 seconds left to play. The Mensa had a good clear, but it didn't get enough height. And the commitment from Vodafone Giants, they're super fast on the defense, but they're even more aggressive on the offense.
They even are, like, when they see that opening, that's what I mean. They wait till they are sure they can commit to a play, and then they commit, and then they make it look good. Like, Stake honestly thought he was going to score that goal right there. Zamue, he knew he was going to be able to sort of pool shot that one through, bounce it off all the defenders. It is that confidence that, unfortunately, Los Hombres de PACO aren't able to match at this stage of the game.
But look at the current state. Like, I don't know if you noticed on that replay, you had 3 members on the first quarter of the pitch on the side of Los Hombres de PACO. If they, by some odd reason, got a booming clear, a lucky, like, I'm even gonna call it a lucky shot. All right, the game is over at this point. But if they would have got, even if a lucky shot, Vodafone Giants would have no way to return from it. They're just so confident in their ball control.
Okay, so no one touched the ball after that clear, and that was not a fast shot. That was a lob. Someone should have been able to make that save. I digress. Going up further into this one right now, let's almost the PACO. I mean, Demensa did get there. Unfortunately, he kind of touched it a little bit too late. And even if he did have that touch, I do believe Zamue would have been able to bang it through because of where he was positioned. I just feel like Los Hombres de PACO, they're falling back to their old pitfalls where they start to push too far forward, get a bit too aggressive when on offense, and it just opens the door for the counterattack. And if you want to talk counterattack, I've been saying it all league, no one does it better than the Giants, or the Canyons as they were known as before. So yeah, definitely a spicy situation for sure, as Los Hombres de PACO are starting to break down, and the Giants are there to punish.
Let's see. I mean, 20 seconds left, 5-0. They still have enough time for an honor goal if the Mensa manages to pull this through. Zamue gets just the correct touch there to clear out the ball. But they also have one more game to try to contest this best-of-7 series. 9 seconds left. Tox gets a nice shot. Cure Monster's there. Zamue for the rebound. Not enough force behind that ball to actually get it in. 1 more second before we head into game number 5. Vodafone Giants win this one. It is match point for the Blue team.
And we were in this situation yesterday, but to a lesser extent, where the Giants were, 2 games up, 1 game to go to that grand final, and then they didn't score a goal for another, what was it, 13 minutes and 54 seconds? So this series is not done yet. Los Hombres de Paco can still fight their way back into this. We saw him do it yesterday, but that was with Nachito playing super well as Demensa. Now this lineup's a little bit different. The confidence is shaken. We're seeing them make plays based on nerves by getting too over aggressive, and the Giants are starting to clamp down and punish them time and time again. There is no more room for error for Los Hombres de Paco. They have to play their best game of Rocket League, their best games really, and they need to start right now.
Absolutely right. At this point, Los Hombres de Paco still have a long way ahead of them if they actually want to secure a victory or end the title of champions of the Iberian League. They need to win this best of 7 and they need to move on to another best of 7.
Yeah, exactly that. Look, if you pull off a 3-game comeback, I think that momentum can carry you quite far into another best of 7. Don't get me wrong, Rocket League is 100% a game of momentum, but momentum is against them right now. So the time to step up, this is it. This is do or die. This could be the last game of the season 1 Iberian League. So I hope you're ready. I know I am. I want to see some magic on the pitch right now.
Let's see some magic happen. Last shot here for Los Hombres de Paco to pull a miracle out of their miracle bag. As we do see Vodafone Giants already on the offense. It's match point for them. It's tournament point for them at the end of this one, if they actually manage to secure it. By Mateos with the box clear. Managed to secure it. State gets it down on Cure Monster. Look at the play, though. In it goes by Mateos, but the Mensa isn't high enough to actually get to that ball.
Yeah, actually, no one really gets a good touch off of that one. Backboard play, Stake trying to set it up by Mateos, able to make a very timely defensive save, and an awkward miss from Tox does open the door for Kira Monster. He might be able to play from the corner right here, but he gets bumped off it by Zamue, throwing it back to Tox. You can see that was Demensa again, throwing himself at the play with reckless abandonment. Unfortunately, it doesn't pay off in this instance. Kira Monster, what can he do? Dribbling it so high up there. Tox will have to go up to meet him, is able to steal it away, but by Mateos keeps Los Hombres de Paco moving forward.
Yes, they do. Now, ball is still in the air. Still in favor of Vodafone Giants, but they can't find the setup. They don't have enough boost to find the setup here. They're going to allow Los Hombres de Paco to retain control of the ball for the time being before they go back to choke them out. Los Hombres de Paco take a little bit too long to make a move, so it allows Vodafone Giants to go back on the offensive positioning. Tox sets the ball in the corner. Santa Fields at Zamue is ready for the touch, but doesn't get a good touch off of it. Stake and Tox immediately pull back as the Mensa in the corner tries to go for the balloon here. As by Mateos goes a little bit wide on the positioning. It's okay.
It's okay, but that does give time for the Giants to recover. They use that time to actually get on defense, but that was an awkward miss coming from Zamue. Tox, though, will win it out, tries to be out Demensa, successful in doing that. Now Los Hombres de Paco, they're racing back on defense. Once again, a situation where the defense is on the back foot. Stake with a bit of time is unable to get past by Mateos, so the recovery is there for Los Hombres de Paco. They are reacting a little bit faster than what we saw in that last game. However, those are those scary situations that they need to stop from happening. Tox beats out everyone, but Demensa makes a save.
And I think it was by Mateos that got a demo as well on Zamue, so that's going to put a hamper on the counterattack for Vodafone Giants. Great touch by Mateos, but already Zamue is there to stall the ball. Cure Monster doesn't get the correct touch. Demensa tries to center field. He's on the corner. Tox is there to save it. By Mateos, good touch. Stake once again. Everything gets challenged. Everything that Los Hombres de Paco do gets challenged, and what a shot from Zamue.
Oh my goodness, what is the speed on that one? Okay, I do not believe 57 kilometers per hour. When he hit that, it was going a significant faster speed than that. Okay, because of Demensa touching it, it lowered that speed. That is unfortunate. That looked like it was cracking 120 for sure.
Absolutely was. Now, kickoff goes on. Vodafone Giants, match point once again, 1-0 already on the board, and 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to be played. Will they succumb to the pressure of holding the title in their hands, or will Los Hombres de Paco be unable to safeguard this game? What a spike off the crossbar from Stake.
Oh my goodness. Pardon my gnome laugh right there. I thought Tox was actually the one who got that in off the crossbar, but no, it was off of Stake acting as a crossbar in this instance. My goodness, what an absolutely beast of a goal, and a 2-goal differential on tournament point. That might have done it. All they need to do is hold on, allow less than a goal a minute, and well, they're going to be taking this tournament.
Do you want to hold on though? Because that's one surefire way to allow or not Vodafone Giants in this case, but Los Hombres de PACO to actually set up good plays, have some sort of mental reset as Kiramonster goes in center field, tries to get in the corner, doesn't quite get the angles. Anyway, clears it off, and this could be another goal for Vodafone Giants.
Kier Monster has to hit that shot. He has to. He can't be going for a pass right there. He has to be accurate on that shot to at least force the defender out of the box as it stands. The second that the Giants recognized that shot was not on target, they were thinking counterattack. They were thinking, let's bump out that third man and let's push. Push they did. 3-goal differential. That might be what does it for the Iberian League.
Might be what does it. Let's see if they actually have something else to say here. They keep up the speed. They keep up the tempo. But they just don't have what it takes to get the plays rolling. Double commit on Steak and Talks. Reset on the play. Demence is there. Good challenge by Steak by Mateos. Doesn't get enough height. Doesn't get enough challenge. Talk gets bumped out of the way. But look at the setup. Demence is there to save it.
And that was another opening for Los Hombres de PACO where they should have gone for the shot, but instead they went for the pass. 2 defenders on the Giants bumped into each other. Instead, Mateos goes for the pass instead of the shot, and they get punished for it, albeit extendedly yet again. Steak with this shot off of the top of the roof, going into a double touch while falling. I think he was out of boost. It does not matter. 4-0. It's looking more and more convincingly that the Giants are your Iberian League champions. Whoa.
Okay, then.
The double fake.
The double fake, both of them were expecting to see something happen. They both had the same idea, leaving the ball dead center on the kickoff. But hey, it looks like Vodafone Giants already have control of the ball yet again. The Mensa goes a little bit wide by Mateos, gets a nice touch off that ball. 1 minute remaining for the Los Hombres de PACO to score 4 goals. It's unlikely, but it's possible.
Yeah, it's very unlikely. They need to score with every single attempt, and Demenza has already missed on one. Talks, though, does get bumped off the ball, but already Zamue is there, and Mateos cannot find the clear that they desperately need. Now it's a goal every 10 seconds in threes against the Giants. I'm sorry, I'm a realist. It's not going to happen, especially on the orange side of the pitch, especially with Steak still trying to muscle that ball in. As we hit this final 30 seconds, it's pretty much time for the Giants to take that victory lap.
Victory lap or not, there's one goal that Talks gets himself into the ball. Maybe, just maybe, Los Hombres de PACO can get an honor goal in to make sure they're not dead in the water just yet. As we approach the 10-second mark, the Mensa is still fighting, but Talks challenges every opportunity that he gets. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4-0 on the board. The ball hits the ground by Mateos, can't get it up. And ladies and gentlemen, Vodafone Giants are your champions of the Iberian League.
And they were champions with an undefeated record. Never did they drop a series throughout the group stage, throughout the knockout stage. No team can topple these aptly named Giants. Well done to the best team of the Iberian.
The best team in the Iberian League, arguably the best team in Iberia for that matter, but we'll have to, maybe in other competition we'll get to see. What?
I would say right now, they definitely are.
Absolutely. I mean, very convincing games, though I do feel like maybe Los Hombres de PACO kind of underperformed in that game because on this best of 5, on this best of 7 series, because what we saw yesterday, a best of 5 series taken to all 5 games, I had my expectations high for this best of 7.
So did I, but then, the lack of Nachito, I do feel really did hurt Los Hombres de PACO. Nachito, yeah, he never was like a standout star player of this league. I say of this league because we've seen him in RLCS. We know what he can do. He is a professional and then some, but he was always someone who was there to make consistent touches. And that at times was something that was lacking. By Mateos, I feel actually struggled a fair bit today. If I'm going to single out one player, yes, he had some amazing defensive touches, but at the same time, sometimes he just wasn't in the right spot, and sometimes he was getting in the team's way. And you replace that with someone with that map awareness like Nachito, hey, you might have a different result. As it stands, though, the Giants, they did show up, the same 3 members from start to finish. The only team actually in our top 4 that never used to substitute, as a matter of fact. So kudos to them for that as well. And I mean, I am happy to proclaim them as the Iberian League champions.
The Iberian League champions bow before the new gods of Iberia for the time being. At least Vodafone Giants win 4-1. Curiously enough, you got the prediction right on it. I mean, you said 4-1. I said 4-3. I expect a little
Mhm.
bit. Like I said, I had my expectations a little bit higher for Los Hombres de Paco, but you hit the nail right in the head, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting. Honestly, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna take it. I'm not gonna justify myself. I knew it all along. I'm the biggest of brains. Yep. And I knew it was going exactly like that as well. You can't prove me wrong. Uh, no, it was a
True.
very exciting series for sure in its own sense. I was expecting sort of that mechanical showcase going to be coming from the Giants, and we did see that. Talks had some amazing touches. So did Zamue as well. I mean, this was a team they came in expecting to win, and they delivered to their own expectations. For Los
Yep.
Hombres de Paco, I'm really curious to see what happens with this lineup because there was so much potential on this team. They just need to clean up a couple more things, and they could be one of those big contenders, not just within the Iberian League, but throughout all of, I suppose, the EU at that same time. Like, it is a very high skilled lineup. I just want to see a bit more from them in terms of team play and team cohesion moving forward.
True, absolutely true. But before we head out, we still have one more interview left in the bag with the Vodafone Giants. Get Steak in here, get Tox in here, get even Zamu in here. Everybody is here for the party. Hey, is this an after party or what?
Kinda.
No way.
So how are
All
you
right.
boys doing? You just won the championship. I mean, this game felt a little bit more relaxed than your best of 5 series. Wait, where did Zamue go? I want him in here.
I don't think he's ready for the interview.
He doesn't speak English, so he's
No,
he just,
no problem. I'll go easy on him.
he just left. I don't know.
He said
gone,
no.
he's
and he
gone.
left.
He said no, me not. And he left.
All right. Well, I mean, well, thank you for showing up for a little bit,
So?
Zamue. Poor guy. He felt intimidated. We don't bite. It's okay. So, boys, 4-1 victory in the best of 7 series. You lost game number 2, but overall, it felt like you were pretty much in control. Was there like a switch that you guys flipped and were like, you know what, no more Mr. Nice Giant?
I mean, we were struggling because we had to farm saves and farm stats for the MVP.
Yep.
You-
We were fighting to get the MVP.
Oh yeah, it
and
was difficult.
Tox was just sitting on the defense trying to get saves. It was
I got like 5 saves per game, so that helped me get first most of the time.
Okay, well, I mean, you also had some pretty amazing booming clears and overall gameplay. You were solid. Anyway, with the touches as well. I think the Batmobile was a real MVP in this game, though. Not gonna.
I think so too.
yeah.
Like I'm gonna
Just to
say is
get
I
it
don't
far.
look at score lines. If I'm picking my MVPs, I'm also leaning towards Talks in this one. And
Oh
I'm just
my
gonna straight
God.
up say it. I thought he was stepping up the most, had the best touches both on offense and on defense.
He
I
was just
digress,
farming
but-
saves. He was just farming saves. That's what
No, listen to him. But thanks for the opinion. I appreciate it.
on the last match he was bumping me to get the
Yeah,
MVP.
the
What? That's not July. I never
I-
even bumped him. What the fuck? I
No,
never did.
you bumped him. You bumped him. All right, I
When
saw
did
you.
I bump him?
Oh no! I saw you.
Bro,
So
I
much so
swear
that
I didn't do that on purpose.
Look. If we're gonna be real, all right, Mendo is actually the MVP.
Yeah,
His
true,
performance
true.
yesterday
Yeah,
kind of
that's
just
true.
toppled
That's true.
everyone else. So you had a good effort, okay? Winning the league and all that, yeah, that's a nice little tick for the resume. But compared to what we saw from Mendo, man, woo.
And
Yeah.
Ben's is too good.
player
Yeah.
and coach. I mean, get out of here.
That said, though, I mean, winning this league, I do feel like it was an expectation for the Giants as a whole. But you've got picked up by a new org. You're now starting to win tournaments. Does the future look as bright on the inside as it does from the outside looking at you guys right now?
I think we're just trying to improve every time we're playing. We're training a lot, and yeah, we're just like trying to win every single tournament we're playing.
What does this mean for you guys? Let's say for I don't know, RLCS or RCLS.
Is there gonna be an LCS?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just asking.
That's
If
what
you
we're
were
debating on. That's what we're debating on. Because they switched the system. I don't know if you guys noticed, but
Yeah, they have.
It's
they-
not
they switched
confirmed though. It's not confirmed.
yeah, that's the thing where we're not sure. So we just have to wait until they announce any extra info
Mhm.
and the additional stuff. But until then, we're just gonna keep on doing our thing. Just keep on winning and winning.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could give you more info on that, but even when those sort of leaks came out, there was nothing about OCE even included in that. So that's how out of the loop
What's
I
an
am in
OCE?
Australia, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens. I think there's going to be big things in the future for sure, though. And I guess looking at those big things, I mean, you guys do just seem to keep on winning, not necessarily in tournaments as well, but like talks. I was watching Sorry, not talk, sorry, Steak. I was watching a bit of your stream actually before coming into this. I
Wow.
saw you were getting ranked number 11 in the duos ladder as well, and you were just
Yeah.
crushing it there. Like,
Well-
it has to be a good feeling at this stage.
I was top 4 and I dropped all the points, but
I
yeah.
only saw the climb, okay? You know,
Even,
I saw
even,
15
like,
go up to 11. I'm like, yeah.
Tox even takes over his stream. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Takes the MVPs, takes the stream. Like, take everything, man. Just get
Yeah.
out of here already. But regardless, congratulations on your victory once again, Vodafone Giants, the champions of the Iberian League. Are you looking for would you be looking forward for more editions of the Iberian League?
Definitely,
sure.
sure.
Like bigger? Do you want more competition? Actually, did you like the competition between Portugal and Spain? Did you feel like they were on par? Was there something that you would like to see different? That nobody's gonna hit you, nobody's going to fire you. Don't worry, we're open to feedback.
I don't know. I think the whole system itself is really good. I like the league format especially. I know they have an equivalent German thing, but I don't know. Since the Spanish and Portuguese community is pretty not small, but there's a pretty big skill gap between some teams. Maybe just I don't know. Maybe get in some Frenchies or something. some other nationality, so we get better competition. I mean, the competition was really good. Not gonna say they're bad, but maybe to make it even tougher, maybe not even win it next time.
Yeah, I completely understand. Maybe we'll hold you. Maybe we'll take that into consideration moving forward. So, Formal, do you have anything left to say to the winning boys of the Iberian League here?
Look, all I'm going to say is if you want Portugal to rise to your level, scrim more and play more against them and drag them up with you. And let's see the Iberian coast just take over Europe. That's my approach to that. But obviously, yeah, I would love to see more competition as well. It's been an absolute treat to cast you guys from Australia, getting my real teeth into EU. It's been a lot of fun. And again, congratulations on that victory.
Thank you.
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, the Iberian League comes to an end once again. Congratulations to Vodafone Giants, formerly known as the Kenyans, for going undefeated throughout the whole splits and throughout the playoffs. So, ladies and gentlemen, for myself, once again, from Formal and everybody involved in the production, we appreciate your preference. We really enjoyed your company, and we'll see you in future projects. So stay frosty, have a good day, and we'll see you next time.
So I can give you one more chance.